Call me crazy, but I think this is a tailor-made matchup stylistically for Paddy Pimblett to win and to get ranked.
Really?
Get ranked high.
Really?
Yes.
How?
His grappling. His grappling is very, very underrated. Charles got his back like that. Paddy has very, very unassuming jiu-jitsu. He might not look physically imposing. He might turn to a fat slob when he's out of camp. But when the guy is shredded and gets lean and mean, he's a gamer.
Paddy, I think Paddy might win that one. I think Paddy has a good chance of getting a sub if Chandler fights Reckless. I don't think there's any question. Now, Chandler's got enough of a punch to iron someone out, absolutely, and make Paddy's got bad defense, and I think that could be a real problem for him. But that's why the matchup's so great. If Chandler overcommits or gets wrestled to his hands, he's in trouble. He's in trouble.
Well, that being said, though, I know that because Paddy's a lot younger, he's gonna be able to push the pace. He's physically a long, tall, lanky guy.
He's way bigger than Chandler.
He's way bigger than Chandler in terms of length and height.
Length, yeah.
Tall, long, lanky, just like I like to say. Tall, long, lanky. It's just going to come down to Michael Chandler not really having the confidence he has. He's become more of a brawler now. And that being said, like, he actually used to switch stances, throw straight punches. Oh, yeah. His fucking knockout of Patricky Pitbull, straight right down the pipe. Beautiful done. Oh, beautifully done.
Trust me.
Done. But now it's everything.
His knockout against Benson Henderson.
Yeah. Everything now has become caveman style. He's kind of got out of like, hey, I'm throwing technique. I'm just throwing as hard as I can now to get you out of there. Yep. The wrestling's taking a back seat. There's really no wrestling in there. He had some of the nastiest ground and pound. He used to chase the guillotines all the time because he's physically strong. That barrel chested, he'd like put people's heads into the like his sternum and hit guillotines from there. He's gone away from all of that. Yeah. And so he's become actually just a straight entertainer. And sure,
he is that.
He is that. The fights are entertaining, but look, when you're fighting just that way, you get away from all the things that got you there. And Paddy Pimblett, I think, is going to probably have the potential to exploit all of those things.
He wants to be champion. He's training his butt off all the time. He has a desire. If you look at Michael Chandler's last fight, it looked like he's never wrestled before. This guy was, I believe he was All-American, right? When he wrestled, he knows how to wrestle, yet he got taken down every single round by Charles Oliveira. It just tells me, he goes into the gym, he hits pads, he spars, but the hard things like jiu-jitsu, like wrestling, especially wrestling, because wrestling is really hard on the body, those are things he doesn't want to do. But if you want to be a champion, you can't stop wrestling.
Michael Chandler said when he came to the UFC, he's here for a good time, not for a long time.
I want to fight the best guys right away. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
And he's had a good time, and he's waited on the sidelines for quite some time as well. But when I say he's had a good time, he has put on some memorable performances. Of course he has. Fight of the Year contenders with Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier, been in there with Charles Oliveira, you name it. Legends like Tony Ferguson, okay? But the reality is, he's won 2 and he's lost 4, okay? And he's always posting, see you at the top and all the rest of it.
See you at the top!
And he's a great guy. He's an awesome human being. He's a tremendous fighter. Fight IQ, maybe not the best, but he's always value for money. You cannot deny that. It's one thing losing to Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier and even Charles Oliveira last time out, okay? But if you can't beat Paddy Pimblett, it's time to shut up. So what do you want to do? Do you want to be known as somebody that puts on entertaining fights? Or do you want to actually win the fight?
The way I used to speak about Paddy is no longer how I see him. I mean, I used to kind of think this thing was a sideshow. I thought he'd be good for selling some tickets in a very specific region, and then he got a haircut like this old band called the Monkees, and he's kind of got something funny to say. I used to laugh with Paddy, and then I met him. And Daniel, he is not what you would think. First off, he's surrounded with professionals. This might surprise you. In his personal life, Paddy's married with 2 children. I mean, Paddy's a man. You got to look at this new kid on the block. He's not like that, and he is growing between fights. He's already dealt with adversity. He's already dealt with an injury. He's dealt with controversy. He came back with it from it all. And I love what you're saying about that Bobby Green fight. He showed skills that we didn't even know he had.
For Paddy, it was time to move up. It was time to get the career going, right? And Michael, I'm not suggesting is a gatekeeper, not at all. But he's a litmus test. You get by Michael, okay, now we know who you are in the 155-pound division. And so I really dig that fight. 5 rounds, co-main event. They keep bringing bangers to Miami, and that is just an amazing fight. Like the stories, the stakes, the directions that each go with a win and with a loss. Chandler losing to Pimblett sets him all the way back. Pimblett losing to Chandler, fraud checked, all this bullshit. Like, I think it's fantastic.
And I think for Paddy, Luke, this is the path. And it is based upon marketability and commercial liking and all that. I mean, of course it is, right? We don't know if Paddy's for real. There's been a few stumbles along the way on this path to get to this point. He looks good lately, but I mean, like I said, imagine if it ends up being Ilya versus Paddy for the title in 2 fights. It's very possible. I actually really love this fight, first and foremost, Luke, and you can respond, because I don't know who's going to win. And it's a creative one.
And that's all anyone's ever tried to do against me and knock me out, and no one's ever knocked me out. And Michael Chandler's not going to be the first person to. Again, just like last time, I think I want to keep him on the end of my range. I want to kick him, frustrate him. And I do think I could land a knockout blow as he steps in, like a punch, a kick, a knee, an elbow, anything as he steps in and brings all his weight forward and leans into a shot. I think I could knock him out. I also think I could TKO him with leg kicks, but I don't think he's going to try and take me down.
Yeah.
He knows I'll submit him.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Paddy on his feet is pretty good. He's got more clean stand-up than Chandler. Chandler is very linear. He comes straight in, straight back. He has no lateral movement. He doesn't circle out. He does a lot of things that you look and you go, man, you're putting yourself in a position to be hit. Can Paddy hit him? Yeah, he can. Look at Paddy's not. Everyone puts him in this position of he's not a good fighter. He's a good fighter. Mm-hmm. To sit there and say that Paddy Pimblett is not a good fighter, you're just lying. He is a good goddamn fighter. When it gets down to, on the ground, yeah, I would give Chandler definitely has the better credentials as far as wrestling, but Paddy got decent takedowns and he's got a good ground game. He's got a good submission package. So, he can cause problems. And if one thing we've seen is Chandler slows down in fights, and this, I believe, is a 5-round fight.
I can fight 50 minutes, let alone 25 minutes. I just fought Charles Oliveira, one of the greatest to ever do it, for 25 minutes at Madison Square Garden. So these are going to be deep waters that he's never been in before. I was talking to Henry Hoof, my coach, and he's like, Michael, you fought more 25-minute 5-round fights than this guy has fights. And it is true. All of my fights in Bellator, or the majority of my fights in Bellator, I was training for 5-round title fights. And now I've trained for 5 rounds. This is my 3rd or 4th time training for a 5-round fight in the UFC. Man, I'm comfortable in the deep waters. I prepare perfectly, and it's going to be a whole different ball game when you're locked in there for 25 minutes.
His physique, his skill set, his attitude, like, that's a hard guy to kill. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I think he could be his own worst enemy in terms of entertainment first, winning second, maybe even third.
Yeah, because, bro, he'd be champ.
Yeah. It was so badass what he did with Charles Oliveira the second time. Even though there was a lot of, like, dirty stuff happening in the fights, like, his MO is, like, he does a lot of cheeky things. I don't even know if it's intentional or if it's just he's in such survival mode that he's just doing whatever. He's just in there scrapping.
Paddy's trying to he's playing the game smart. He's trying to get to the title as quick as he possibly can. And I think he thinks that Michael Chandler will be an easy fight for him. But yeah, that's going to be a difficult fight. And then also exciting for Michael Chandler because that gets him right back in the mix. Like, he beats Paddy Pimblett and that he's back fighting guys in the top 10. So a win-win situation for the UFC.
Yeah, I believe in Paddy. We'll see, but I believe in him. I think he is an explosive athlete, and I like guys who have submissions in their arsenal, which he certainly has.